Levack Goz here with you, 104.5 The Team and 104.5theteam.com. A lot of things going on in Cleveland. It's the Cavaliers. It's some baseball moves. The Browns getting a win. So when things are happening in Cleveland, we bring on our guy, the Lake County News Herald, doing all the things online at JL_baseball. It is Justin Lada. And Justin, we're going to start with the baseball moves. Edwin Encarnacion signs with the Cleveland Indians, not the Boston Red Sox. How could this move affect the AL East now that Encarnacion is no longer playing in that division?
Yeah, I mean, it makes the Toronto Blue Jays a little bit weaker, obviously. The Red Sox opted to go with Mitch Moreland and move Hanley Ramirez to first base, so they're kind of banking on the rest of their young guys taking a step forward, and then their pitching rotation, obviously, they have Chris Sale now, so they're pretty darn set there. So now it makes it look like the Red Sox are in a class of all their own in the AL East, and everybody else is playing for next year or looking to retool for the future.
Does that now make the Cleveland Indians the American League favorite, or is it the Boston Red Sox?
To get out of the American League, I would say it's a 50-50 split. I would say, I would give the advantage to the Indians just because they did it last year with less, and now it seems like on paper they're getting better. So I would give them the slight edge there. You know, even though Chris Sale's a huge addition, the Indians with, half a lineup and half a pitching rotation were able to beat David Price and Rick Porcello last year. And they had no problem taking care of Chris Sale when he was in the AL Central. So I would give the slight edge to the Indians, but it's close.
Justin, now we'll move to basketball now with the Cavs taking down the Warriors on Christmas Day. Have they solidified themselves as the best team in the NBA right now?
It's tough because, they're going to be without J.R. Smith for at least 3 months. And on paper, you would probably say it's probably still the Warriors on paper, but the Cavs definitely have an edge about them now. They know they can beat the Warriors. I don't think it's unfair to say Kyrie Irving is in their head a little bit more than LeBron James. But they've shown they have the mental fortitude to beat them. They actually didn't beat them in the regular season when LeBron came back, so they were 0-4 against the Warriors in the regular season, and their only 6 wins coming against them were in the finals. But now I don't think the regular season matchup means all that much, but you can tell it did a little bit mentally. And Draymond Green had his normal fits and antics, and Kyrie Irving hit another clutch shot. So I would say there's maybe an edge there, but on paper, I think depth-wise, there's still some things they can do to get better, but they're up there. It's a 50-50 split.
He covers Cleveland sports for the Lake County News Herald and also Burning River Baseball. It's Justin Lada here on 104.5 The Team and 104.5theteam.com. So I'm watching this game on Christmas, Justin, with a bunch of family members. The end of the game, Lou calls a timeout, and I say out loud, I know the play. It's called Get the Ball to LeBron James. They didn't get the ball to LeBron James, but they still won the game. Is it more of Kyrie Irving just being an all-star and being capable of making those big shots? Or are we now seeing, hey, we don't have to have LeBron take the game-winning shot, even though he may be the best player. We have faith. We have other weapons when it comes to the end of the game.
Kyrie Irving's shown throughout his career, even before LeBron came back to Cleveland, and when early in his career, Kyrie had always shown the aptitude to be able to take over a fourth quarter. And he did it a lot of times when the Cavs were horrible and had nothing around him. He did a great job of taking over that quarter and hitting some clutch shots, and it only got better with LeBron there. So I would actually say, give the ball to Kyrie. I think Kyrie has that. I hate to say clutch gene, but Kyrie can make a guy miss, can do a turnaround, can hit the shot from the outside. Just has a better shot than LeBron. LeBron has shot the ball from outside a lot better this year, and he hit a bunch of threes against Golden State, so he's looked better in that sense. But I think definitely the first option is definitely Kyrie Irving when the game's on the line like that. Depending on what you need, obviously, in that situation, I think getting any kind of mid-range jumper turnaround from Kyrie is a better option than it is LeBron late in the game, because I think if you want LeBron to drive the lane and get a foul, that's more likely, even though how many times do we see LeBron take contact and not get that call? But I think if you're looking for a mid-range or a three, I think Kyrie Irving is definitely the way to go, and that situation was definitely the right call.
Justin, we've seen a lot throughout the NBA, not only with the Cleveland Cavs sitting LeBron James a lot, but a lot of other stars have been sitting throughout games throughout the season. Now, have you seen a backlash throughout Cleveland fans about LeBron sitting, especially at home games, even going away to certain places?
I would say the majority, if not overwhelming majority, of Cavs fans understand it, and they want that because they've seen the championship, they see what it takes. And assuming how the Cavs are almost a lock to get back to the NBA Finals, I think everyone, you don't want to assume that, and obviously you've seen injuries to J.R. Smith and Chris Anderson, but we all take for granted health. But if they're healthy, they're going to get there, we think, and there's no sense in playing guys on back-to-back nights or risking injuries when they don't need to and keeping guys fresh for the postseason. I think every Cavs fan understands that, and obviously from a broader perspective, people don't like it because it weakens the product. Obviously, you get all those Memphis fans, and a lot of people get upset about it. And there's some radio hosts in Cleveland that have ridiculous arguments for why LeBron needs to play every game or needs to play more of these games, but I would say overall, at least in Cleveland, everybody understands the process when it concerns sitting LeBron or sitting Kyrie and sitting Kevin Love.
He covers Cleveland sports for the Lake County News Herald, Burning River Baseball. Justin Lada joins us here on 104.5 The Team. And the big news out of Cleveland, the Browns won a football game. They may not have the number 1 overall pick, but they won a football game. Justin, was it a parade in the streets of Cleveland when the Browns finally won?
No, the parade was supposed to be if they finished the season, went 0-16, not for winning a game. So we're denied a third parade this year, or a second, I guess. We wanted a third, but we're denied our second parade yet again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. What are you doing for the new year? Are Cleveland fans now getting spoiled by how good the Indians and Cavs are, and the interest level is so low? Or are we going to see a draft party with the Browns that was similar to when Johnny Football was drafted, and you thought they'd won the Super Bowl after their pick?
I don't know. The draft's going to be interesting this year because if they find a way to lose next week and come away with a number 1 overall pick, I think it'll be the first time they've had a number 1 overall pick in 16 years. I think there's just nobody in the draft that looks like, besides Myles Garrett, that looks like a franchise changer. But even then, the Browns have drafted Courtney Brown before, and we saw how that worked out. I don't know how excited you can get for. I mean, maybe it's just me being jaded, but I don't know how excited you can get for a Browns draft, considering every number 1 overall pick or every time they pick high, they seem to find a way to blow it.
Well, whether the Browns have the number 1 overall pick or they don't, you are always our number 1 overall pick when we talk Cleveland sports. It is Justin Lada. Justin, Happy New Year, my man. We'll talk again soon in 2017. Take care.
Thank you very much. I feel so good going into the new year now.